Guys, right now, what we're looking into is, how to price a home. This is important now. In our past market, it wasn't as important, and we had a lot of really unskilled agents out there getting listings simply because the seller said how much they wanted, and they're like, yeah, let's give it a try. We're not there anymore. The better you present, how you establish property values, the more others will believe in your professionalism. It's just reality. Okay, here's the thing. And I put this up here, and I understand this is, how do we get listings? And it's just right out of our FAR. But you analyze, you ask questions, you go and you learn more about the people's background. Here's the deal. You need to know who you're working with when you do even this presentation. Hopefully that makes sense to you. You call the owner, you gather the clues on what they're looking for in their listing. And as you are developing this presentation you're doing, you now have the ability to actually present it in a format that seller's looking for. Same thing with negotiating, and we'll get into more of that. But right now, it's presenting the way people expect to be presented to. If it's a driver personality, give me the price, give me the comps. You need to be ready for that. And so you don't staple those two things together. You give them the comps, and you turn your listing agreement around like this and say, you agree with that price, put it right there and sign, please, and we'll get busy. But go through your presentation regardless, because it makes them know what to expect, at least as far as what your marketing is. And again, based on this, you know what to skip to. Now, what is a CMA? It's a side-by-side comparison of home prices. Active, pending, sold. It should be, you would hope, about bedrooms, bathrooms, lot size, neighborhood, property conditions, features. A lot of people have no clue how to do that. So they're going to do this first CMA I'm going to show you. How's a CMA created? Your real estate agent goes in, selects properties in the MLS system that you can only access if you are a realtor, right? So they're going to use those to compare and have side-by-side listings. A lot of this, by the way, is straight out of WolfNet, out of our own MLS systems, guys. CMA here, how accurate are they? They're as accurate as the information you put in them. So in other words, a lot of agents may come in and not do their presentation well. You come in and do an actual presentation on how you got to your price, and you give it to them before you leave and after they've signed, hopefully. And what's that do to the other agents that came in and didn't know what they were doing with the price?
Right.
So you blow them out of the water. You blow them out of the water. Totally cut them off at the knees. They don't know what they're doing. You do. Again, it's the skill of the person creating it that's going to come up with the accuracy here. Be accurate, and use it as a tool. Okay, it's not a substitute though. So basic CMA, it's just that. This is what we're going to do now. It's not an accurate statement of value. It's just grabbing homes in the neighborhood. It's going to have highs and lows. It will allow you to that quick express a price range in the neighborhood. Okay, that's all it does. That's the basic CMA. Now, doesn't cover, like we said in the first place, lot location, view. Gosh, does that affect value? Of course it does. How about number of bedrooms? A 2-bedroom compared to a 3-bedroom? Yes. These things are very important. How about roof age, AC age? These things all contribute to value. People that don't do these things, how are they being professional? How are they really helping that seller with their actual value of their home? Somebody's got brand new carpet or floor coverings in the home. That's going to affect value. They put in a high-end countertop in a neighborhood that supports a normal type granite. Let's go to granite. A level 1 granite's common in the neighborhood. They put in a level 11 and they think they're going to get their money back. No.
Yeah, that was for you.
It was for you.
Them, yeah, I'm sorry.
For comfort. It will help the home sell faster.
Yeah.
But that's it. So again, these things are all important. And of course, I put votable on here because it's in the same neighborhood and it's across the street from a canal, but not on a canal, on a beautiful lake. The value is still nothing compared to the one across the street. Now you got to try and separate lots if they want a number for that, right? So that comes down to lot location and view. Basic CMA. It's a basic consideration. What homes in the area have sold for, asking prices, pending prices. The other thing I always include in here that's fun to me because the systems say only compare active and pending and sold. Expireds are every bit as important when you're doing this now. Off the market, withdrawn, those are important to consider, because what you do is you say, I don't want you to be in this group. Over here, these are the ones that didn't sell, and actually they took them off the market. That's a shame, isn't it? You wouldn't want that, would you? Okay, here's why we're doing this. So, select a target community. I wish we could move that thing. But it's, our example is gonna be right across the street here, Greenfield Plantation. Okay, so that's right over here, 64 Upper Manatee River Road. And so I just said, okay, let's look at this small area. Think about it now, we're doing a basic CMA. You verify the difference, you still have to do this. Oh my gosh, agents don't even do this. There are 3 different sections of Greenfield Plantation. How would you know that if you haven't at least clicked on the homes, researched it a bit? You can be a neighborhood expert in 15 minutes or less if you're focused and have a big cup of coffee in your system. Okay? But Greenfield, it does, it's different. Subsections, there's the standard main section, which is typically in the upper right. There's Millbrook, and that is club-sized lots. They have a community pool, and they don't have to take care of their own lawns. They do that there. And then there's Planner's Manor. It's gated and upscale. The gates are never closed, but it is gated. Right. So
It is, yeah.
But it's things to consider. So the differences. Understand that your buyer, think about this. This isn't just for a seller. Your buyer and seller need to understand the differences in the community. If they're ready to make an offer, you need to do a basic CMA at least and say, here's the standard numbers. By the way, we can narrow it down to this, 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 and this one's more like it. And this is the only listing that really compares. Okay, so does one area, what does one area offer over the other? These are things to know. If you can't rattle them off the top of your head, you need to do your research. Look at the current active, pending, sold listings for the community for your answers, right? So these are questions that you should know the answer to prior to talking to anybody about it. Okay? So what did I do?
If you don't click, there you go. There we go.
I'm back. There we go. Okay, so this is Planner's Manor. Beautiful part of the community. I could have actually extended this back down to here because that's part of the standard area too. But this is Millbrook, and this is the area where it's more the club-sized lot. They've got a community pool that sits about right there, and you know, these are things you need to be able to rattle off. And all of a sudden, people think you know everything about this community, and you've worked in it forever. It's your first time seeing the community. That's okay. They don't know that. All right. So now we've done this. We know that this is mainly the standard area. So we're going to run our target off of this. Besides that, the home on pricing is over here, and there's plenty of comps. Okay. When there's plenty of comps, you just go thank the Lord.
Yes.
So now you go to the top of your screen. That's going to be over here, and you click on the results, and it's going to give you the list of those homes. And then you select the homes that are generally the same size, comparable properties, similar views. Use them all, and that's it. This is if somebody wants something like that, this is basic. I have a very hard time with basic, if you can't tell that when it comes to numbers. I want to be accurate. So bad, I probably aggravate the guy that just wants, hey, give me the number. But you know, if the guy is there that's an accountant, and I'm giving him these details, he's going, yes, give me more, give me more. And he's not going to make a decision until he has all the information. It is what it is. So now, 3 active, 1 pending, a bunch of solds. And these are all in 6 months or less. Right now, if we have the opportunity, we should target 3 months or less because the market's changing, right? And we've got that curve in between those two. So now, pool, no pool. Does it make any difference in value?
Yeah.
It does, but in the quick CMA, you're just trying to get some average numbers, okay? So the fact of the matter is here, though, that if we look at this, we know we've got enough to make sense out of this, even on a quick CMA. All right? Now, boom. We're looking at a 1,700 square foot home with a pool. That's the one I'm pricing. What comps make sense to use? This is easy. I just went to, gosh, are they within 100 square feet bigger or smaller, typically is where I went, or thereabouts, and do they have a pool? And now I can give an actual close basic CMA. And of course, you want to look at the map again and make sure it makes sense. Here's the other thing you can always do. You can go in and you can just tell the system, give me comps, and it will spit them out for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't forget that this is an option for you. That if you're doing something quick CMA button, find more comps, boom. Guess what? You're done.
Yeah.
There's no comprehensive report. There's no bells and whistles. That's because it's not accurate.
Right.
Okay? So now click on the quick CMA button, bottom of your screen. Here's what it's going to spit out to you. Wow, that's a terrible quality of, maybe I blew it up too much. But anyway, if we start looking, we can see that this one's pending at $495. So what's the maximum pending listing? Average pending listing, there's only one pending. So that's going to be your minimum, your maximum, your average, and your median price. But in solds, it's going to be a little bit different picture. Okay, you've got more to work with, which is beautiful. So you can go down here. This is always in one page, guys. I split it up in two to get it on this. But now you can go, oh, you know what? These all had 3 bedrooms. They all had 2 baths. They all had pools, and their square footages were different. But now you can take the square footage pricing on the averages, and you can say, the system says the average is 288. Multiply that by their square footage. You have a very close number to work with on a basic CMA. It's just quick reference. That's what this is for. Okay. So the beauty of this, again, is you meet with somebody and they want a price right now. You can say, hold on a minute. Do you have internet? Let me just hook my computer up or hook it up to your phone, whatever. Because I have a terrible time running the MLS on my cell phone.
Yeah.
It's too big a program. It's kind of like our F-Bus. But anyway, the fact of the matter here is you can sit down in their home and do this in minutes in front of them, and you look as professional as all get out. Okay. And or you're in the office, they're in their office. Hey, give me 5 minutes. I'll kick it over your email and I'll call you back.
Or let me Zoom call you and you can watch me do it.
Sure, absolutely.
So you can see everything through the property.
And that also makes you more professional because now you're saying, watch what I do. I'm not hiding anything from you. This is all I do all day, every day. Let me just show you real quick. A lot of people are like, cool. I get to see. That's great. Just keep this in mind, guys. It's a ballpark. But this example we just did isn't terrible because the community I picked has a lot of comps. If you go into a voting community, it gets miserable. You can't do a fast CMA because you only have 2 or 3 comps, if that.
Yeah. Like your neighborhood is annoying as heck.
It is. It's very difficult to price. So even for appraisers. So we need to help them, right? But this is a ballpark. And we're going to take a break.